Hello and welcome to this week's Community Crossroads. I'm your host, Karina Garcia. In America, about 500,000 people are experiencing homelessness right now. In Victoria, the homeless population has tripled since 2018. On today's show, we're going to be tackling this subject, covering various resources that aim to help those in need. The president for the Victoria Area Homeless Coalition will sit down with us, followed by the director and founder for the Humility Project. We also speak to a community health worker, and Captain Kenny Jones with the Salvation Army of Victoria weighs in as finally and well as Christ Kitchen is here to speak with us. Now, sitting with us now is the president for the Victoria Area Homeless Coalition, Keith Rucker. Keith, appreciate your time. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Let's get right into it. What is the Homeless Coalition and what do you guys work on?
Well, the Victoria Area Homeless Coalition is an organization that started in 1998, and it was formed because of the number of individuals that were in the community that had become homeless. It was youth homelessness, and they were releasing folks from the state hospital back into our community. And so we needed to come together as organizations and help the community by ending homelessness in our community.
Tell me about the work you do.
Well, as the president of Victoria Area Homeless Coalition, I try to bring people together from nonprofits in order to sit down and work together to come up with solutions to help our community with the homeless population here in Victoria.
Absolutely. And then earlier you said off camera that during the winter freeze, and I'm assuming during these weird, power things that we have going on, how do you help?
Well, during the polar freeze, we came together from the coalition along with Midcoast Family Services, and we had to open up avenues to place homeless people in our community to get them out of the weather. Midcoast Family Services provided rooms for up to 164 people right here in Victoria to keep them out of the bad weather, to prevent death. And also, it was during that time that we had COVID. So we couldn't open up an emergency shelter at that time due to some of the regulations. And so we provided shelter for approximately 2 weeks to the community, but it gets expensive, and Midcoast was able to provide those funds and get some assistance from throughout the city to make that work.
Do you happen to know any statistics off the top of your mind that could possibly just blow my mind right now regarding the homeless community?
Well, statistics right there.
Or what are some common things you see?
Well, the common things that I see is that we've had more people become homeless after COVID and during COVID. We have a lot of homeless people now that need additional medical care. I think in the earlier segment you touched on that a little bit. We have two agencies here that provide medical care for the homeless on a monthly basis. First United Methodist Church with the Wesley nurses are doing some of those things because diabetes is a big issue here. And the Homeless Coalition itself has a free medical clinic that's supported by Detour Medical Center that we're providing additional resources in order to help those that are having problems in the community with getting medical care. And one of the biggest issues is medicine, be it medicine for the diabetes that I spoke of, heart issues. And it's more than just that we are seeing that we need to bring awareness to in this community.
Alrighty. Well, Keith, thank you so much for your time here and for the work you do. And I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Boy, I got tongue-tied on that one.
It's all good. All right. Well, coming up next is the director and founder for the Humility Project. All this and more coming up.